So I studied over 1,000 billionaires, and what I found out blew my mind. This is not just Instagram reels, it's real data. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you what I found out and what they do that if you implement it, you're going to increase your productivity by 15%, and eventually you're going to be one of them someday. So let's get ahead with this video. So firstly is leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is carrying a small thing and putting it into something you're building to make the outcome even bigger. Let me give you an example. When they say rich people leverage other people's money to build wealth, let's say a billionaire now or somebody want to build a piece of real estate now, for example, and they don't want to use their own money, so they go to the bank, use some of their other properties as collateral, then collect loan from the bank and use it to invest in a certain property, so that when they buy the property and they use the other piece of money to renovate the property and maybe the value of the property increase, then maybe they rent it or they sell it, then from the profit there, they are using to pay back the bank. So eventually they use the bank's money to pay for something that the value increased, and they had to keep the value of the house again and just use the value and use the cash flow coming from the house to pay back the bank. So that is basically what leverage is all about. I'm sure you understood. Secondly is time blocks. So billionaires, there's a time block how they do. They will focus on something. They usually work long hours in a week, like 100 hours or 80 hours in a week. And one of the key billionaires that does this is Elon Musk. So this is how it works. Let's say you want to focus on something on your laptop, now you're working on something on your laptop, and you set the timer to be, you're going to do this for 10 minutes. You're going to set the timer and you're going to do the deep work for 10 minutes. After the timer off or sounds, you're going to maybe go for a stretch, maybe just a little, like 5 minutes break. Then you're going to come back, set the timer 10 minutes again and continue work. This increases your productivity massively. And if you implement this, you're going to see yourself becoming even more productive and having more deep work. Thirdly is they buy back their time. Billionaires, they don't trade their time for money. They trade their money for their time, because one thing billionaires hold the most valuable thing in the world is their time. If you want to be worth $1 billion, you have to treat your time like it's worth $1 billion. Fourthly is they wake up early. This is it just because this is it just because of the sake of waking up early. They wake up early to get ahead of the day, to get ahead of 99% of people in the day. Because waking up early, these early hours is the best time to be productive. Maybe because your brain is just I just don't know the how, but I know that waking up early, they wake up early to get the day started, so that they will finish as much work as they can in the morning. That's basically it. I don't really know about, but they don't wake up early for the sake of waking up early. They wake up early to get ahead of 99% of people for the day. So last but not the least is every billionaire have ownership. No billionaire became rich through a salary or through a job. Every billionaire, they are either investors or they are entrepreneurs or they are entertainers. In the world currently, 75% of wealthiest people in the world own businesses. Then 10%, 20% of successful people in the world currently are investors, while the remaining 5% are entertainers. So if you want to become one of the elites, you have to own something, either a business, or you become an investor, or you become an entertainer. But your chances of becoming very wealthy as an investor and entertainer are very slim. So if you want the surest way among the three to become a billionaire, then you focus on entrepreneurship. It will be hard at first, just as everything is hard, but if you continue and take the arrow to the back and strive, it will eventually pay off at the end. So this is Julian, and I'll see you in the next video.